All right, so here is our lesson. If you were gone for constructing rhombuses and such, remember you can pause and rewind. You're gonna need a compass, a straight edge, lots of highlighters, and something to write with. All right, the rhombus, the first one that we're gonna construct. This is the most important of all of them, so definitely keep that in mind. Just 1 second, I'm just writing something down. All right, so just to get you started, so when I write center, that means where the pointy part's going to go. And then when I say radius, okay, that is the length that you're going to set your compass. So we're going to start with center B, and we're going to do radius AB. All right, so center, again, pointy parts on B, here's A, and let me just adjust my compass a teeny bit. All right, what I'm gonna do is make a circle. Now, we're not gonna make a whole circle, we're gonna make part of a circle, which is called an arc, okay? So this is our first step. The reason why we're doing this is with a compass, we can make a bunch of circles, and we can make it such that circles, all these circles that we make have the same radius. All right, so as soon as I do that, I'm gonna mark point C, okay? So I'm gonna add that in my directions, mark C. So right there. And then what I wanna do is just take a highlighter, kind of highlighting what I did. So here was my center B, and I made this arc. And then I marked this point here, okay? So what I'm gonna do on the next one is recreate this, because I want you to see that this was the clear first step. So I'm gonna recreate my first step right here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do on the second step is we're gonna do center A, and we're gonna do radius AB. So just a reminder, radius AB, the center is going to go on AB, and we're going to mark this part now, okay? Here we go, boom, just like this, kind of up here. All right, so to show what I did, here's here and this. All right, I'm going to repeat that step, this step and this step when I get to number 3. So here goes step 1. Oops. Here goes step 2. All right, now here goes step 3. So this time I'm going to do center C. Whoops. And I'm going to do radius BC, which is actually the same as AB. All right, so just double checking. Here we go. This. So to show you here what I'm doing, let me grab a different color highlighter. C. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to mark D. D is right where those little loops, those arcs met. So now we're going to put it all together, or almost all together. So we're going to repeat steps 1, 2, 3 here, and we have made a rhombus. All right? Okay, so here we go, starting over. Here's step 1. Oh, that did not go very well. There's step 1. Okay, here goes step 2. Here goes step 3. And this is where I had marked C. This is where we marked D. And I'm going to take my straight edge, and I'm going to connect like this. And I now have a rhombus. And my rhombus, just to show you how it all went, is called rhombus A to B to C, whoops, sorry, to D. So here goes my straight edge. So why does this work? Well, first we copied these two radiuses because that was a circle, which was, you know, those are the same because they're the same. They're the two radiuses that are in the same circle. So we kept that same radius, and then we were able to make this arc. So this is a radius on this circle, which is the same as the others. And then we were able to make this one. So there's another radius. And a rhombus is where all four sides are the same. So some other things to remember, just getting different colors out. A rhombus also has opposite sides that are parallel. That's what the arrows mean. And then as far as the angles go, opposite angles are congruent. So if I put, you know, like one arc here, I could do one little arc here. And if two, then two. All right, that is how you make a rhombus. All right, so the idea on the next page now is you complete those steps and you make a rhombus here, 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 here. So when you're done, I'll see 6 rhombuses and all of those pictures will look like this. All right? Okay, let's go to the next one. How do you make a perpendicular bisector? So first, what we have to do is we have to label all of these points. So I'm going to take a moment and do that. All 4 of them. You can't see the bottom ones, but I'm still doing that. Okay. All right, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do center A and radius AB. All right, here's our first step. Let me get my compass. Center goes here. Radius means I set it this length. And I'm not going to be able to draw a whole circle because it's going to go off the page. So I'm just going to do, you know, a good chunk of it though. All right, so just showing what we did. Here's here. Okay, let's go for the next one. Let me make sure. Sorry, I'm flipping back to my pages. All right, second step. Now, so second step, let me start over. So I'm going to repeat that step again. Boom, here's my first step. All right, second step is this time we're going to do center B and radius AB, and I should be putting little dashes above those. All right, so same thing. All right, so what we did here is we went to center B. And we did that. All right, now I'm just going to repeat those steps here. So here goes 3. So here goes step 1. Whoa. All right, got too much stuff on my desk. Here goes step 2. All right. And now what I'm going to do is connect these dots here. So I didn't label those and I just lost my ruler. I'm really good about doing this. Okay, so this is a perpendicular bisector. So perpendicular means a right angle has been formed, and bisector means we're cutting something, but bisect means we cut in half. So let's say we call this C, which means from A to C, that's congruent now from C to B. All right, so this one, you do the whole thing. So whole thing, step 1, step 2, then I'm going to connect, right angle, congruent, congruent. So that's a perpendicular bisector. There's no additional practice on this one just because of, we're going to be doing it so much on this one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to construct a square using a perpendicular bisector. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just a reminder, perpendicular is an upside down T. So I'm going to construct a perpendicular bisector. Before we start, let's go through and mark all our points, A, B, on all 4 of these lines, segments. So I'm doing the 2 below, even though you can't see it. All right, perpendicular bisector. Here we go. This length is a little smaller than the other one. All right, here we go. We're going to call this M. So that's your perpendicular bisector. That's what we just did on the other page. And then we're going to mark M. Remember, you can always pause and rewind. So let's go to the next one, just repeating that again. So here's step 1, repeating. All right, here goes the perpendicular bisector. Here's the first step again. All right, so what is step 2 going to be? This time our center is going to be M, and our radius is going to be MB. So center M, radius MB, and I'm going to make a circle. Oh, that's a little off. Let me fix this again. There we go. Okay, so center M, and I just made this circle. Excuse me. All right, because we have a circle, sorry, one more thing, and we're going to mark D. So we are making a square, and D is going to be right here. And in a square, all the sides are the same. So because this is one circle and these are all radiuses, we're going to put our circle up here. That means since this is a radius and this is a radius in the same circle, they are congruent. So that's the new part. So that was actually step 2. All right, step 3, repeating those step 1 and step 2. So here goes step 1. Okay, step 1. Oh, see, I struggle with this too. It's a little short. Let me fix that. Okay, other side, making that perpendicular bisector again. And again, this is just a little off. I don't know why it comes off. Sorry. Okay, something like this. This one might not be as good. All right, so there's step 1. Here goes step 2. Forgot to mark my M. All right, here goes step 2, making this little circle with M as the center. Again, I'm just a little off. All right, so okay, here goes my D. And we have 2 of our 4 equal sides. All right, new step. I'm going to write it below. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 things. We're going to have center D, radius MD. Okay, so pointy part, center D, radius MD, and I'm going to make a circle. Okay, so I'm showing you what I did here. Center D, made this circle. Please do all of this highlighting, otherwise it will not be clear. Okay. Let me say that was the yellow. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again, but this time I'm going to do center B, and my radius will be MB. So notice DM and MB started as the same radiuses of this first circle. And now I'm just continuing that, but center B, here goes another one. All right, so let's do that in a different color. It's the class next door. All right, where these two meet, where the yellow and the orange meet, oops, you couldn't see that, we're gonna mark as T, so right there. All right, our square is here. So now we're going to repeat steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. So starting with 1. I hate these things too, you guys. All right. Almost done with step 1. Okay, step 1's done. Here goes step 2. Okay, there's step 2. Marking D now. Here goes step 3. Okay, that's step 3. Here goes step 4, or still step 3. Now time B's my center. Okay, and then where the two meet, right there, that's our T. And now here's the square, if you couldn't see it before. It's not great. Compasses get all over the place, but from D to here to about here. And now you have a square, supposedly, right? All 4 sides are the same. So we now have square. If I'm going to label this DTBM, for instance, DTBM. Okay, so your job now is to do this 4 more times here. I want a square, I want a square, I want a square, I want a square. And that is 2.1 as far as what you missed.